Hello. So today I'm doing a comparison between our old pulse oximeter, which we have had for 13 years. Got this in 2010, October 2010. This is a CMS 500DL Generation 2 pulse oximeter. This particular model isn't on Amazon anymore, but they have other ones that are pretty much the exact same structure. This is very solidly built, but very simple display with just 3 giant numbers, which is a good thing if you're just looking for something simple that you can see very easily. This one we got just now in January 2023. So this is a new style one from the Wellue company. And this one is Bluetooth enabled. So this one, you stick your finger in and it just shows you the number, and either you write it down there or it's lost forever. This one here sends the signal continuously to your phone app, so you can do a sleep study. You can go to sleep all night, and it will continuously send your oxygen levels and your pulse to the app, and you can check it in the morning and say, oh look, at 3 a.m. I'm having some problems, maybe I'll take a look into this. So I'm wanting to do sleep studies, and I'm going to find this much more useful. But in terms of a quick value, you'll see this one is much more visible and gives you information and will rotate. All right, so we're going to put this on different fingers. So this one you have to press a button to start up. And it'll take a minute or two before it gives you a value. There we go. So 98 and 107. So my pulse is 107, the heartbeats per minute, and the 98 is my oxygen saturation. This one, it just pops in right and starts giving you the data right away. So you don't have to press any buttons or anything, but it's only showing in one orientation. So in this one, if I press the button, it'll flip. So I can see it that way for me, or I can flip it and see it that way for someone if someone's helping me. So that is very useful. This one here is just showing in that one orientation, which is fine on a right hand for me, but if I had it on the left hand, then it would be showing upside down to me, and I'd have to like rotate my hand in a strange orientation to be able to get it to show. Right, so in terms of what the values are, here, let's do it like this. So this one's showing 98, this one's showing 97. They're only rarely going to be exactly the same because the range of all of these kinds of devices tends to be within 2 points. And in general, you want it, talk to your doctor of course, but you want it somewhere about 94 or up. So 98, see they're both showing 98 right now. 98, 97, 96, those are all quite fine numbers, and it doesn't matter if one of them happens to say 99 for a second, it's back to 98, and one of them says 98 over here. And the pulse, the same thing. The pulse is the number of blood pumps, we'll say, that the heart is doing. And this one says 106, that one says 105. So they're within the same range. I mean, there's blood vessels and all that other kind of stuff. They're both 108. That one says 109 now. So they're going to be within the same range. They may not be the exact same number, and that is fine. Because, they're also making guesses if it's based on the beat of it right now, estimating out how many would be in a full minute. And if I get things more agitated and it goes up, now that's making guesses, oh well, if you kept doing this for a whole minute it'd be 110 or whatever it is. So 110, 109. But I think you can see that these numbers are smaller and probably be a little harder to read if you had vision problems. These numbers are nice and large and would be easier to read. Let's see if I can bring this up so that you can see that better and get the camera to focus. My hands are a little shaky, but it's got the 97, which is the oxygen, the 111 or 109 or whatever, which is my pulse. It shows you the little visual underneath of a graph with the pulse bouncing, if that makes it easier for you to visualize, and also the little bouncing bar over here with each pulse. And then the yellow stuff is just saying that this left-hand number is your oxygen level, that this number over here is your pulse rate, and then I think that's it's a battery, so you get a little battery signal, how well the battery's doing, and it alternates between that and a little Bluetooth kind of signal. This one here has a much simpler display. So just the pulse, just the oxygen saturation level, and then the little visual of the pulse bouncing. And this currently is beeping with the pulse. It will also give you an alarm beep if your pulse level goes down too low at 50 or below. So if you're using it as a indicator that something could be wrong with someone, a patient that's having some sort of challenges, then this one will give you those alerts if you just have them sitting with it on their finger to know if something has gone wrong. And you can turn off the beeps and all that other kind of stuff in the settings. So I just have this on to show you what they're like. Alright, so those are the two different styles of devices and how they work. This one's a little lighter, this one's a little heavier. They are both certainly grippy enough. They are holding on well. But when you do sleep studies with this, they recommend that you tape it onto your finger just to make sure that it stays on throughout the night. With like masking tape or painter's tape or something like that, something gentle. Alright, so let me know if you have any questions about these two. I suppose I'll also say that all of these things are best worked without fingernail polish on. If you have really dark fingernail polish on, it can be hard for them to see through the fingernail polish. And also older models had trouble with darker skin, but I think that they have addressed that with these brand new models. But I would still do some research on whatever model you're looking at if you have darker colored skin to see if anyone's reported any issues with it. The newer models should be better, but they do still all, if you had like super black nail polish on or something, it might have trouble going through that, so I would take that into account. Let me know if you have any questions.